it's a, of course, it's a it's a question that is so mighty and so. You know, first of all, I think we should be very humble because we're talking now. I mean, quite honestly, I think, but of course, again, with a limit. That is, I don't believe in, as I just said, in lightning speed conversions or. What has the speed of lightning is the sudden sign of the sudden discovery. What Freud would Freud, excuse me, I pronounce it in the German way. You know, would point as, for instance, a symptom, or Freud would call, or Joyce would call that an epiphany. That could be rapid, but it's only a sign of something that has then to be listened to, pursued, turned. You have to turn so many times round. For instance, since you talk about pain, round the wound, round the pain, because the pain is usually, it shouts, as Shakespeare has said, it has lips and it cries. But it doesn't explain what is its causes. It's blind. It is, and what makes it painful is that it inflicts itself on you, on the subject, as being passive. You suffering starts like in. I mean, part of it, or part of its nefarious aspect is that we are passive. We don't know what to do with it. We don't know its name. We call it with a generic name, pain, or anguish. So, but I think that I'll say something that may sound paradoxical. Thank God there are pains and suffering, because the worst, the very worst, is when you don't suffer, when you don't react, when something is extinct, when nothing in yourself proves that you are alive. When you suffer, it's because you're alive. You can be dead, you know, even if you think that you're alive. You can be apathetic. You can be indifferent. So many people are like that. There is, so many people have fled inside, repressed everything, in order not to receive any hint from the world. So when there is a trace of pain or whatever, or passion, it should be welcome, because it's the door to discovery. But then, of course, I think the moment you start, the beginning of wisdom, if I can use that huge word, is a question, and it is a question in every way. You know, in France, torture in the Middle Ages and later was called la question, question. You know. Mettre à la question. To put into question was to put somebody, you know, in irons and quarter people. That was mettre à la question situation. But mettre à la question, because Inquisition exists also in France, is really to torture in order to tear vowels. But la question is that, you know, it's really, when I start asking myself, but I don't understand myself. Not you, you know, I don't understand you, no, it's myself, of course, who is the subject. I don't understand why I don't understand you. I don't understand why I keep taking the decision which is the decision I didn't want to take. Why do I take the decision that I didn't want to take? Why am I my own enemy? Why am I my own betrayer? Why do I make the bad choice? That's Greek. You know, the Greeks would, you know, Aeschylus would tell you, this is the bad choice. Why do you make the bad choice? So he would say, it's the gods. No, it's me. All these questions, we have to welcome them and start, you know, having an awkward dialogue with them, and try to then analyze the circumstances. Become the observer and the analyst of myself. You know, I am the one. I'm the character on the stage who is going through awe and unhappiness. But of course, I'm responsible. It's not only you who are responsible. It's me. And there are causes. But the moment you start unraveling the incredible knots and packs of knots that is the mixture of the unconscious, the passion, also all the weaknesses who are so comfortable in ourselves, the fear, the cowardice, which is so current, the lies, because we're big liars. We don't want to admit that we are criminals, that we never admit, also through cowardice. So it's a big struggle, but if we decide that, if we have an inkling that going through our own difficulties, our own also wounds, because we may have been wounded, we may have been victims of known or unknown bad events, we will benefit by every little discovery we make, because it causes a certain, it really lights a candle in the dark. And the moment we were able to spot the place where it hurts and give it a name, which is poetical, we are, not that we're going to be cured, but we are much stronger. We become the allies of ourselves against against the worst part in ourselves. Of course, this is analytical in a way, but it doesn't mean that we have to have the help of a psychoanalyst. It doesn't mean that we need absolutely a shrink, even though now and then it may be useful, but not necessary. But this is the ground on which literature is elaborated. It is what has made Dostoevsky write. It's the crime in himself, because if the criminal is in the book, it's of course it's inside.